Have you ever felt both fearful and overjoyed at the same time? Maybe you're going to that dreaded job interview and you really want the job, but you're scared that you might mess it up. Or you're trying to pluck up the courage to ask someone out on a date, but they might say no. Well, this is kind of the predicament that the two Marys find themselves in when they discover the empty tomb. It's kind of amazing, but also really scary. What does this mean? What's going to happen? The scary part is that there's an earthquake. Then an angel appears who rolls away the tombstone. He has an appearance like lightning. His clothes are as white as snow. We even read that the guards were like dead men. And then, what do the angels say? Well, they say what angels always say. Don't be afraid. And then they tell the women, he's not here. He's been raised from the dead. Go, tell the disciples. So the women run as fast as they can to tell Peter, James and John and the rest, to tell them about the empty tomb, about the angel, about the guards, about the fact that Jesus might be alive after all. As they're running towards Galilee, guess who they meet on the road? Jesus himself. And they fall down immediately and worship him. And then Jesus says exactly what the angel said. Don't be afraid. Well, the women are both fearful and overjoyed. I think some good news is almost too good. It's like, what would this actually mean if it were true? It's kind of scary. What are the implications of this thing that you'd hoped for? If I do get this job, I'm actually going to have to throw my whole self into it and work really hard. If I ask this girl out on a date and she says yes, that's incredible. But then I'm actually going to have to go through with the date and come across as really charming and charismatic. Just the possibility that Jesus has been raised from the dead should incite fear as well as joy. Because if it's true, it's going to mean your whole life needs to change. It's going to make demands of you. It's going to challenge you. It's going to ask you to reorder and shift your priorities. That's really scary. At the same time, if it's true that God has raised Jesus from the dead and that we will always be with him and he will always be with us, and that he promises us forgiveness and mercy and salvation, and that we will be his spiritual brothers and sisters, even co-heirs with him, and that our life has meaning and value and eternal purpose, then that's the best news that you could ever receive. So before Easter Sunday, I invite you to think seriously about what the news of Jesus' resurrection could mean.